Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get the bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County, an Ontario-themed city. And make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps the channel a lot. We are out over by the new rail interchange that we built, and I did add one element after kind of looking it over, and I added a passenger train bypass to the train station here, and I hope that that all flows smoothly. And I know there are a couple places that might cause some issues, and we can always revise it in the future. But I've also added some detail to the area, as well as you see the retaining wall along the elevated portion of the rail where that cargo train is going up right now. And I also recognize that the grading might not be 100% realistic, but I think it looks fine, and I think the whole area looks rather nice. If you zoom in, you can see a bit more of the rocks and detail that I've added in. Pretty simply, it's just the first rocks you see on the page, and then you use the prop line tool and you just drag them across. But yeah, so we have here's the bypass. If we zoom out, just to you know, you never know, it might come in handy in the future, so I decided just to throw it in. But that's what we did last episode. What are we going to do in today's episode? Well, we also built last episode. If we zoom out and then we go east towards the forest area over here, is we built this Parklow interchange, partial cloverleaf interchange. And this is an extremely common type of interchange along the 401, especially in more rural or less densely populated areas. So I felt like this was a very appropriate interchange to have in and around here. So that's what we got. And then all I did was I just extended out a little bit. I was looking at the terrain. There was actually a dip here, so I decided to elevate this portion, put a road underneath it, and it's going to come into play in today's episode. And I also built this little entrance over here, pretty much just for lane mathematics. So what are we going to do in today's episode? Well, we built this last episode. Today's episode, we're going to start the forestry industry, which I'm sure you read from the title of the episode. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to start out over on this side, because here is the plan. If we have forestry over on this side of the interchange, trucks will be able to come down here, come over here, and take a right if they're going onto the highway to bring material somewhere in the greater world of Brockton County. So they'll take a right here, and then they have an option to just simply go out of bound or go off the map by going to the left lane here, or they just go straight, they go over the bridge, take a right, and onto the highway. And I'm suspecting a majority of the traffic is going to go this way, take a right, and go through here. So by doing this double right system, like that, we're going to really not, like, there's not going to be a crazy amount of traffic with the trucks. And that's why I decided to put the partial cloverleaf this direction to get that, well, because I'm suspecting a majority of the traffic is going to want to go to the left of the map towards the city. So by doing this, it's going to not cause as much left-hand traffic, which slows down traffic altogether. And then with this dip here that was here, I think we might have to readjust this a little bit, but that's just the natural terrain that was on the map, and it was just it was perfect, right? So we're gonna start off with that. We're gonna do the forestry industry over here. We're gonna be looking at getting the main town somewhere along through here, and then I might also just start getting some residential out over on this side, maybe some industry as well. I'm not too sure about that yet, but I'm kind of thinking the main part of the town should be around here, kind of thing. And then we get some more lesser residential, kind of like maybe like a tease onto what we're going to be doing more over here with cottage country. So yeah, maybe this open space here is a good spot as well. All right, so let's hop into this. So we're over here. I think ideally we probably need a 4-lane road on this section. So why don't we upgrade this little portion of the road right here? There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll just take our normal road and I will extend it out. Oh, that's elevated. Do we want this to be ground level? And I'll just bring it out like that. Alright, so we are a bit elevated here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this node and I'm just going to say get to that height. And that should help out a lot. Yeah, that's good. Alright, and then we're going to go into our traffic manager, and then this way we have dedicated turning lanes, so if cars do want to turn left here, that'd be great. I don't think I'm going to get a road connection here to make it a four-way stop, because I just don't think that's going to be the best idea for this junction leading onto the highway. Alright, so we are going to need a district for this area, aren't we? So I'm going to just grab the zoning. I'm going to be pretty rough with it right now, because we're not exactly sure where the city's going to end up. But I'm going to do this, and we might as well bring it out over here in the future, but why don't we just start off with doing that. Alright, might as well bring it around the lake then. Whoops. Alright, and Summit Heights. This is going to be named Strathcona. Strathcona is a Scottish name that is very popular. It's like a British Imperial Scottish name that is very popular in Canada. There are tons of places named after Lord Strathcona, which is a title, I believe, from Glencoe in Scotland, which is kind of like in the middle part of Scotland, from what I gather. So I'm just kind of removing these trees that are in the water. And there are tons of parks, streets, and I think there's a couple of small towns named Strathcona in Canada, but I thought that since we're doing like a forestry town, lots of Scotsmen were lumberjacks in the early part of Canada's history, so I thought that this lumber town would be a really good, and having a Scottish name for this lumber town would be a good one, especially a Scottish name that has British implications, which, you know, I'm not going to get too much into that, but there you go. Alright, so now we're over here. I'm just going to preemptively set this street up with an asymmetrical road. I'm going to flip that around, and then we will also leave that there, and then we will grab our normal road and we'll bring it out this direction. So this way we have our forestry industry coming from over here, and if we have our town over here, this street will act as a bit of a through street for it. But now let's try to figure out how we're going to do this forestry industry. Well, this whole area is just like teeming for development for our forestry industry, right? It's like a virgin landscape. So let's dive into this, and I think what we'll do is we'll get like our main building a bit over here maybe, and then we'll get a lot of our production. Okay, well, let's get a bunch of our extraction over here, I guess, closer to the highway, and then we'll get a lot of our production closer to the interchange. So since we're over this way, let's grab this road, we'll bring it out over here, and then how about we bring a road out on a different angle just to kind of spice things up a little bit, and we'll bring it out on a 125-degree angle just like that, and there we go. So I think now we're going to need to upgrade this road again to support the potential traffic that's going to come in through here. Let's just flip this around. Let's turn anarchy on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I think now we're supporting all this potential we have. Alright, so now let's get our main forestry building off of an industrial road. You know what? I think we probably should have done the industrial roads for all of this, so I'm going to just upgrade that through here, and we'll upgrade that through here, and then what I'll do is I'll just grab this and we'll bring it out to here, and then we will get our forestry industry started off of the main building right through here. That is forestry? Yes, it is. Sawmill, tree plantation, small log yard. And you know, that's not the best building for a massive production company that I'm kind of thinking of. So we'll just rename this Strathcona Lumber Limited. And there we go. So we're gonna need water out this way. This is going to be quite the endeavor to bring water pipes from the city over here. just because I want to connect, I want to keep everything connected. So I think what we'll do is we'll run a water pipe right beside the highway. And then this will serve as our guide. And then how about I just dive underneath the road here. There we go. All right, so that should bring water out this way. We're going to need electricity as well. So let's, oh, well, we don't actually, because I have that mod on that says that you don't need power lines. So that is fantastic. Yeah, so I just don't really like the placement of this main building. Usually the main buildings are a bit more main building looking. That just looks like a log cabin, right? So perhaps we'll move this in the future, but we'll leave it here for now. And this is on a bit of a hill here, so I forgot about that. So let's just try to smooth that out a little bit. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so we got that in place, and oh, you know what? Let's just move it over here. Not an industry area. Well, that would help if I actually remembered to move Strathcona lumber out this way. Now, I do have this glitch here. I don't really know what it is. I don't really know how to fix it. So I'm just going to kind of leave it for the series. Doesn't really show any resources. All right, so Strathcona lumber limited. Then let's move this over here. Yeah, maybe that's a bit better. And then why don't we add in our favorite little fence. And we'll go in freeform. We'll go from, let's take off our guidelines. We'll just look at getting a bit of a border along here. And we'll bring it up to about here. Actually, let's just bring it out a bit farther. All right, now I didn't do any lane markings. Oh, and I forgot to do the lane maps at the entrance of the highway, so I did that off camera as well. Sorry about that. Okay, so we got that in place. Now we need to get our actual production in place, and then we'll kind of let that be. We'll run a bus into here from the main town, and then we will look at building up our town around here. Okay, so let's think about this. What do I need to do? We need to grab this small tree plantation. I think what we'll do is we'll run this road alongside the highway again. And this is going to be kind of like our guide, our marker here. Why don't we go with a dirt road? Change it up a little bit. All right. So we're going to keep these trees alongside the highways, but, you know, to hide this area up a little bit. Maybe that's still part of the highways right of way. And let's grab these small tree plantations and we'll just place them along here. We'll place 3 of them down. Let's take a look at these. So we have alder, beech, and conifer. That's not a conifer tree. Why don't we just leave them at alder? I think those look nice. Yeah, okay. We should do some alder trees right beside it too. So we got that in place, and now we need a sawmill and a place to store that stuff. So, or store the logs. So we'll grab the log storage. I think we'll place it right beside the main building here. We'll get 2 in place, and what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 on fill and then 1 on empty. So we'll have these things load up so fast. So I think ideally what we do is we keep 1 on fill for the rest of it, and then we put 1 on empty to move stuff around. So I'm going to readjust everything once we unlock more stuff, by the way. This is just more for the chain of production. And then to encourage the chain of production, what I'm going to do is right here at the end, I'm just going to put a bit of a turnaround spot for the trucks. So the trucks can come down here, they turn around, they grab the logs, and then they bring them over here. All right, and then really quickly, if we go into the spawn points mod, we can also swing these spawn points into the log yard a bit. And then what you can do here is you apply to all buildings of this type. And then if we go over here to this one, look where it is, same spot. same spot. So every time we place a new one, it's going to be inside of the log yard a bit better as well. Okay, so now we need to grab the sawmill, and I think we'll put the sawmills, I mean, an obvious spot is right here. We'll probably get two, and then that could probably sustain us for a little bit. But I think what I'll do here, guys, is I will get the sawmills. So let's think. So the sawmills are gonna, they're over here. They're gonna have to go all the way over here, grab the logs, and bring them back. That's not too far. But if we instead grab our industrial road, and we take a road from about here, yeah, and we place it along like that. Let's grab the sawmills and place them right around here. So we're just gonna grab two for now. So that's gonna be the kind of the theme, even though we have three of these, but two of these, really, two of these. That is a great starting point for a forestry industry. So we're gonna just soften the terrain a little bit, help us out a touch, and then I'm just gonna grab the node controller. I noticed that this node is a bit off, so we're just gonna slope these two. Thank you, and then we'll also slope this one, and we're gonna square this one. Oh, that's not what it did end up doing what I was hoping it was gonna do. So I just wanted to make this node a bit bigger. There we go. All right. So, people shouldn't be walking along this highway, but they might. And here is the sidewalk. We kind of cut off the sidewalk here, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this. I'm just going to move it down a little bit. And then I'm also just going to readjust this one because I remember I kind of messed that one up a little bit. But we're going to run some pathways through here. So I'm going to grab the dirt path, and we're just going to run a pathway. Let's do a freeform, so maybe it looks a bit more like people have just kind of done it themselves. This wasn't planned by the city. So that way anyone coming from over here will have to, or can, go around there. And then what we'll do is we'll bring another pathway from about here up to connect to it. And I want to run another path underneath here. This is all gonna make sense very soon. Then we'll bring another one up like this, connecting up to there, and then I'll just connect down to here too. All right, and then right alongside of this, let's grab. I think there's some cool bridges too. I think we've already used that one. This one might be a bit too big. Why don't we go, I think the nature reserve path has a really cool bridge. And then let's raise it up. Let's just take a look at it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It kind of looks like an old bridge from like a lumber yard. I don't think the other ones really have. That's the zoo bridge. Interesting. This is the amusement park bridge. That looks okay. This is the park bridge. And this is the university bridge. Oh, you know what? I kind of like that one. I think this one kind of goes to the theme we're going for. So that was nature reserve, I believe. Okay, we're just going to delete all of these. And then we're going to grab the nature reserve path. And we're going to go down to the ground. And then we're going to connect. I think if we do this, it'll still connect up. Yeah, it looks like we'll be able to connect up here and get onto that sidewalk. Okay, so we're just going to drag this out to about here. Yeah, there. And then we're going to go into bridge mode. We're going to raise it up. And we're just going to try to go alongside the highway here. So let's raise it up a bit higher. we're at 8 here. No, we're at 9. Oh, there we go. 9. So we'll do that. We'll drag this bridge across. We're gonna have to play with that node in the middle there. Oh, it went away. Okay, and then we're gonna go home. And I think we might need to go over top of this too, because I don't think there is a sidewalk along these roads. Yeah, it looks like we will. Okay, so let's keep it elevated. And then we'll descend to the ground and we'll connect up right at this intersection. Okay, so I'm just going to readjust a lot of these. Just try to keep them close. This is way higher than it needs to be, so let's lower it to about there, I guess. And there we go. This can easily... Oh, I think we actually need to bring it out because of these logs. Alright, so let's then grab this. I'm going to copy it. Let's place one right here. Let's raise it up. Right underneath that node that's there. If there is a node there, I think there is. Yep, there is. Okay. So let's try to grab that and that. There we go. Alright, and this is still more elevated than it needs to be. But can trucks turn here? Oh, they're not going that way. Are any of you guys turning? Oh, they're all just turning around. Now, why is that? They should be able to just go onto the highway. Okay. And they're all turning around here. So some of them just got confused, I guess? No, this guy's coming back. Just watching all these guys. And then he's going back. Alright, weird. So those guys got confused, but... Oh, some of these other people got confused too. Interesting, okay, well... They're going the right direction. Everyone else is just turning around. Unless they can't figure out... No, that's fine. This guy's just coming back. And then he's going to turn and then go back into the area. That's kind of weird. Okay, well, I'll let this play out for a little bit, and then we'll take a look at everything, because I just want to finish off this bridge. And then let's grab this. Let's grab this node. Let's grab that node. And then I want to slope objects, and it doesn't work. Okay, so we'll have to raise this up. And then we'll have to raise this one up by ourselves. And I think that's fine if we kind of do some earthwork here instead of a bridge, and then we'll raise it up into a bridge. But let's definitely copy this and get one in over here. I'd rather not come back to this ever, so this is why I want to just do it right the first time. And we're gonna get one right in the middle of the highway for some realism. Alright, hopefully no one hits that, because that would not be good. Okay, let's move it here. Just gonna move it ever so slightly. And we're good over here, and then we start descending, so let's grab this. Let's descend that down to about bridge height. And this is... Oh, there we go, perfect. So I grab that, and then we'll descend it down just above where we need it to be. There we go. Alright, we might as well just copy it and place another one over here. Nope. No, I just want the... There we go. I'll raise that up into the bridge. Alright, very cool. So now pedestrians can can easily walk across this area, and let's actually raise this one up a little bit more. Alright, very cool. and that is for future development when we do stuff over in this direction. Okay, so it looks like trucks have stopped going out over this way. Let's put it on 3-speed. And you know what? I think this nose is a bit off. That's pretty massive. I think if I do the same thing over here, it'll do the same thing. Yeah, I mean, we can get some lane markings in there afterwards, but okay, let's follow these trucks now. So they're going to take the right. They're staying in the right lane, which is a good sign. Especially if they're... Let's actually take a look at what they're planning on doing. Turning to facility. So are they having to do this whole loop because they can't turn around over here to get back to here? Oh, no, he's going that way, okay. Station wagon. He works at the tree plantation. So he's coming from over here. He got off the highway. Went left. Okay, weird. That guy's good. That guy's good. We're good. They're going out of bounds. Okay, well, that's weird. I'm pretty sure I set up everything properly, so there's no issue there. They can turn here. This is weird, but that's fine. Let's do this. There we go. They can turn here, and then if we go into this, they have an option to change lanes, and they have an option to get into the lanes. Let's actually just do this just to make sure everything's okay. And they can go into that lane, perfect. Or they stay in this lane, they can switch here, switch everywhere, and then this is just a right. Alright, there shouldn't be an issue. But we'll see if that continues to be a problem, and then we might need to do some revisions. Okay, so let's find Strathcona lumber. And you know, we're gonna have enough resources, but it's a matter of getting enough workers. So let's actually run that bus now. We're gonna run a bus line. It's gonna stop right in front of the main building. It's gonna swing. It's gonna go over here. We'll get a stop. For now, let's just let it be. So we're gonna stop from there. We're gonna right into town here. Why don't we get the stop? Let's get it to come right down Main Street here. And this way it'll be able to pick people up. So let's try to link it up to this yellow line a little bit maybe. So we'll get it to stop. Yeah, we'll get to stop here, here, and here with this orange line. It's going to turn around. And then let's get it to stop in front of the school. Then over here, and then we'll get it to... Okay, we'll get it to... Oh, no, okay, didn't want to do that. Okay, we'll get it to come right down this main street then. And then we'll bring it right through here, stop right there, and then all the way back to here. Alright, so let's take a look at that bus line, which should be just bus line 17. Okay, so let's make it a dark green. And this is the Forestry Express. Perfect. Alright, so that is good. Now we need to look at looking at finding where the town is going to be. Just to quickly check if I'm recording. I am. Okay, whew. It always scares me halfway through the episode when I'm like, oh darn, did I forget to record? Because it's happened to me before. Alright, so let's grab our 4-lane road. I think right here actually, yeah. Let's take that out and let's grab the main avenue. And let's go ground. Let's turn our guidelines back on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we'll fix all the lane arrows later, but we'll bring this right through, and then we can kind of get the town to kind of maybe look at stopping over here. Maybe we can continue this over, and then it can be a connection into future cottage country. So we can either go over the highway, which I think we will do, Yeah, okay, let's do that here. Let's start that. Then let's go into elevate. Just going to raise it up to about... Usually we do 9, but I think 7's probably fine. Oh. And then we're going to go back down to the ground. Home. There we go. We're going to have to readjust this. And then ground level. Bring it out to about here. And then it will split off into 2 different roads or something like that. So I'll just do that. It's just as temporary reminders of what's going to happen over here. And I'm going to do a lot of maybe earthwork with you guys with these lakes. Because honestly, when I built this, I didn't spend a lot of time doing this area. Because I was really focused on getting the map built. Because we were kind of in a rush because of our the issues we had with Rivière-des-Montagnes, our Quebec theme city. Okay, so slope objects, there we go. And slope objects. So this one's a bit farther out than the other one, so I think what I'll do here is I'm just going to delete these, and then what we'll do, whoops. No, I don't want that. I wanted this road. Okay. And I forgot to put that on elevated. And I think we've dipped down a little bit. So why don't we take a look at the terrain? Ah, that's probably why it looked funny. Alright, well, we're gonna have to elevate this road to about here then. So we will slope objects. And I think we'll actually have to do a bit of earthwork from about here to here. We'll all say get to that height. And then from here to here, let's do a slope. All right, let's take a look at how the topography turned out. It's a bit off. So why don't we readjust this again? So I'm just gonna go to move it. I'm gonna grab all these nodes. We want this whole street to be the same height as this intersection. Oh, and I missed the node. All right, and then from here, we're gonna want to go onto a smooth slope right up to the pinnacle of the bridge here, and then that train's gonna be able to sneak underneath that. All right, and down. And I think what we'll do here, guys, is we'll just take one more time. We'll raise this whole, or we'll slope this whole thing, and we'll get that section to be earthworked. Okay, so it's a bit funky. I think we're fine though, especially if we go into the terrain mode again. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, let's just smooth it all out. Turn with the brush size a little bit. And we're smoothing this area out because we're going to do some development over here. And I would love it if this area was a bit flatter. All right. So let's take our forestry brush and turn up the size. And now that we've kind of chosen this area for our forestry area, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take off some trees. We're going to do a bit of clear cutting. Maybe the lumber mill did this. And we're just going to eliminate this because I don't want these trees underneath the buildings that I'm going to be building over here. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a train station in. Probably guessed that from what I was doing. So let's grab, let's go into here. Let's grab this. I think these are where the new train stations are. Oh no, they're in here. Let's see if there's a train station that kind of piques our eye, piques our interest for this area from this, the new content creator packs. I'm not sure there will be. This one has a bypass built into it, doesn't it? Okay, let's just build a road. So we can kind of see what it looks like. Okay, let's just make sure it's parallel. All right. And we're gonna go back to here. Yeah, I think this one has a bypass built in, and that could be a good option. I just click that really quickly and pause the game. Yeah, you know what? This could be a good option. Alright, so let's look at the other ones. Oops, wrong one. This one we built at the other station. This one's an elevated. This one's also elevated. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, yeah, why don't we rock with this one? Alright, so let's just delete this right here. I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna put it out over here. We're just going to... I guess I probably should have thought about how I wanted this train station, how I wanted it aligned first, shouldn't have I? Yeah, okay, so let's do a bit of street planning here, and then we will kind of end the episode there. So what we'll do is we'll grab just our normal road for now, and I think this is going to be a fine spot for a road connection, because that bridge isn't that crazy, and you could definitely stop. But why don't we look at continuing this road? I don't know, this road's kind of acting as a bit differently than normally would, so why don't, this is a small town after all that we're kind of building. We're not trying to build a huge metropolis. So if there was a train station, I think there would probably be a main road through here, right? Sorry, I'm just trying to do a bit of city planning in my mind. This is probably going to be a main road for the city. So we'll bring this through, and then right about here is where we're going to want a road coming down. And I think this should be fine with the way the bridge is situated. Alright, and then right about here, we'll use these nodes as a good kind of marker. So there we go. We'll start building just a small grid off of this. And technically that's not going to work, so we're fine there. And then we'll just get a road. Oh no, we're one off from a perfect grid. Okay, well that's fine. We're good over here, that's why I did that. Ah, it's all good. We'll leave a space right through here. Alright, so we're connecting down into here now. Got some terrain sloping. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do a connection through here or not. So why don't we instead grab our 4-lane road, and we'll just upgrade this road right here. Alright, let's get that fixed. We're good there. We're good there now. We'll just do this all the way through. Make sure we have dedicated turning lanes. Alright. So now we kind of have a main street right through here. Let's actually just continue this road right through a little bit farther. And this main street is going to be where the train station kind of terminates. So we'll just plan it out to about there, I think. I think it should work from here. And then let's just continue it out. Don't know if we can go under the bridge, if that's gonna be too low. Looks like it is, so we'll call that back. Alright, so now let's grab that train station. And we're gonna put it right on the node here, because I think that looks a bit realistic as to what this type of train station would be. You know, you'd come right into here, you'd then go right into the train station for parking. Alright, so let's grab our rail. Let's connect up right through here. Let's do a bit of freeform here. Alright, let's go to about there. Let's back up the train a bit more. Sorry, train, you might lose your place. Let's go into the curve tool. And then right here, we'll curve in. And then we'll back this one up to about there. Let's actually do this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we'll go into the freeform for this one. It's gonna try to find a smooth connection. Don't exactly like how this is turning out. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna grab these two nodes. And I'm just going to, use move it here just to shift it over this way. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to redraw this whole train line from quite far back because I want to line it up at a good angle here. So we'll get it to kind of curve like this. And that's still a bit off. So if we want it to be straight coming into the station, we're going to need to back this up. And we're going to need to get it to continue to curve. And we'll get the slight curve about here. Oh, come on. All right. There we go, that's not too bad. And I will fix the elevation of this rail off camera. Okay, so now that we've done that, I think I need to redo the sloping here. Look at the sloping right down into there, slope, and then thank you, and then we'll get the sloping back all the way to the end of this one. Thank you, and we'll just smooth out the area. We're in a bit of a dip over here. That's funny. All right. So we got that in place, and then this train would come right through here, but obviously slow down through the station, and then continue on its merry way. Let's just do a bit of kind of work with this. So this is what I'll be doing off camera. Just holding Alt down while with move it, and it just kind of realigns stuff. And sometimes you need to go back if you do readjust something a bit too much than expected, or more than expected. So hopefully everything is okay here. Now, before you head into a station, you definitely want a longer node so that a train can fit right through it and stay within the node. Sorry, is what I mean. All right, so we're gonna resume. The train's gonna freak out, and it's gonna go right into there. It's gonna use not the bypass to go through, but that's fine. So we're gonna have to extend this one back a little bit as well. And then this one's gonna have to extend a little bit as well. And there we go. Okay, so now we need water through here. And good thing we already brought water into the town. So we'll bring a water pipe right down to here. This is gonna be Main Street here. We're gonna bring it right through there. And then Emma Street is gonna be renamed Strathcona. Actually, let's rename it something different. Glencoe Avenue. Well, it's a street, so it's not an avenue, so street. Glencoe is kind of a play off of Strathcona. It's from the same region in Scotland. And then let's go from about here, right about here, actually. Let's do a bit of a slope to kind of smooth out the terrain of the main street. There we go, and then we'll fill this in because this is a main street. This would be developed for sure. All right, so now that we got this train station in play, let's get a train station stop. So we're gonna do a couple things here. I was thinking about one whole line that would go from here, follow the rail, it would curve into the station, and then it would go this way. And I'm wondering if it's going to work or not. So I'm gonna actually make it split off of this track, and we're gonna get it stop. Oh, it doesn't want to. Would love it if it was over here. Why is that? Why can't it go over here? You can. Is there an issue here? Let's see if we can do that again. Let's actually just delete it. And let's see if we can get the stop into here. We can't. Okay, that's weird. Alright, I will fix this again later, guys. But I was trying to get a stop that would go from this station all the way over. So instead, what we'll do is we'll get just a stop from here. And then it will go into here and back. And then we'll get another stop from here all the way into downtown and back. So I'll play around with the stops. I'll get this to work for a future episode. Okay, I would really love if it wasn't there, but alright, well, I'll fix this all later, guys. And okay, so we got that in place. We got the train station in. I think we're gonna need a couple more things. Let's get a main bus line through here. So what we'll do is we'll get it to stop right there. And you know what? We need a second street through here. So I believe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, perfect. It's easy to remember. We'll get this right through here. Make sure there's not two nodes right there. We're good. All right, so grab this bus line. And okay, we'll just remove it, start new bus line. We'll get it to stop out over here, and then it will just come up this way. And this is just temporary. I probably should have drawn all the streets in. This is going to be the bus line that is kind of the main bus line for the town. All right, so just gonna drag that over. Okay. Oh, never mind. Drag it down to there. What the heck? Now let me do this. Okay, perfect. And I know we have an express bus into the forestry industry, but we are going to... Oh, I probably should have done one more street. Sorry about that. All right. We're just going to get a stop over here, and then we're going to pull this into the forestry industry as well. I think what we'll do is we'll just do the same thing. We'll do that, and then we're going to come back over here, and we will come back through Murray Street, but then we're going to go... Oh, no, that's not what I want. I want it to stay on this road. Get a stop there. Get a stop here. And then I would love if it went down Victoria Street. Oh, that's a great name. All right. So that's the first bus line. We're gonna add more. It's gonna be fixed. This is just so I actually have a bus line in here, and we need to readjust the bus lines as well. So bus line 18. This is Strathcona, Maine, and it has 5 buses. That's perfectly fine. Strathcona, Maine is going to be orange. Why not? Thank you. And then I want to find the Forestry Express. It has 22 buses. It does not need 22 buses. We're going to go down to 5. All right. So we're going to look at zoning up this town in the next episode, guys, and maybe some other things. So we're already causing some train traffic here. Hey, look at that. Level 2. All right. So we'll do that next time as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, everyone, and I will catch you next time. Let's just get a cool little view. Peace out.